Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 14th of January 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the fairy tarot cards for today's reading. I've always loved fairies. Even as a kid, I was always interested in the elementals and especially little gnomes running around and anything that had to do with the earth. So fairies I really loved. In my astrology chart, I have my rising sign in Taurus, which is Earth, my sun in Virgo, more Earth, and my moon is in Capricorn. So I have a lot of Earth in my chart. My midheaven, these are fallen out. So my midheaven is in Capricorn as well. So anything where spirit meets the earth, those kind of things always interested me. And, you know, the fairy circles and entering the realm of spirit and finding special places on planet Earth has always been a mission for me, because I've always felt that there are special places on Earth and that they have certain energies. Okay, but enough about that. This is for Tuesday the 14th of January, and these four cards have fallen out. So we're going to look at all four, if I can fit them in. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Summer. Then we have the 15th card of the Major Arcana, which is the Ego. And that's the Devil. We have the King of Summer, and then we have the Fool. And we have Glastonbury Tour. Oh, wow. So this is the first card, always. And it's in my hand, so that's why it's supposed to be here. The Dreamer is the Fool card. Embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure. Trust yourself. And that's exactly the kind of thing that I was talking about. Going places and doing things that really are simply for you. So I was at Stonehenge one day because I was drawn to Stonehenge. It was a mystical kind of place. So I was interested. And while I was there, I was just watching the stones, and I overheard someone say, Glastonbury, that we're off to Glastonbury next. That's also very spiritual. And I thought, oh, I've never heard of Glastonbury. That's strange. So I just looked it up on the map, and I realized it wasn't that far away. It was 50 minutes west. And I arrived in Glastonbury, and I found that they have this. It's totally flat. Somerset is the county it's in, and it's completely flat, and it floods when we have too much rain. It's almost like Holland. They built a bridge in Bridgewater, which keeps the water away. That's why the Isle of Avalon, Glastonbury, it was always known as the Isle, because the summer lands, the land around Glastonbury and Glastonbury Tor, was always underwater. So you could only access it in the summer. So that makes it really special in my eyes. And there's so many amazing, mystical, magical places in the world. Every country in the world has amazing places. And it's weird that I would be talking about this to begin with. And now a fairy with her dog is going up Glastonbury Tor, and embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. And I mean, I'm making a joke here out of being a fairy myself. I mean, I am a fairy, okay? If you want to take it if you want to interpret it that way. So this is literally, you could see this as me or you and your animal guides listening to your spiritual self, the desires and the purpose and the adventure, or the sense of wanderlust that is bubbling up inside of you. And you've got your friends along for the ride, your spiritual friends, but you can do this yourself because you're a spiritual being kind of touching down on special places. So it's a great day for sightseeing. It really is. I'm going to put the Fool somewhere. It doesn't. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Summer. That's a court card. The King of Summer, another court card, and we've got the Ego in the middle. So it's the War of the Roses. There's potential conflict between the Queen and the King. So people in your life, people you love, people who you work for, because the way they're positioned. The ego is right in between them, these two causing mischief. And they even look like the evil versions of them. I mean, he looks very grand, but here he looks like the mischievous version of that. And here she's stuck her finger in a socket and her hair's just been electrified. Same woman. The ego is everything that has to do with being too focused on the detail and thinking about how you can get things done before you even formed the idea fully. It's what tries to sabotage you in life. So we've got the Queen of Summer. She's loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. And it says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much, you see? So again, I chose this deck today for a reason, and I've never seen a Queen of Summer or Queen of Wands that says, watch out for taking care of others too much. And that's what I get today as well, that there's a fundamental rift between you and other people in a sense of trying to understand each other, because you all get focused on the minutiae and kind of get stuck. Whereas if you that's why I hid it. The hidden thing of the day is your total freedom. That's what you have to remember. That all of this personal stuff, how cool is this reading? I love it, if I do say so myself. But all this personal stuff is there, but you have the ability to break free. That's the hidden part. So I'm going to put that there. The ego is the devil, and the devil isn't Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub in a Christian sense. It's simply the ego, as it's called here, or in the tarot, it's called the devil. And it shows two people who are chained together, and they're ruled by this horrible force that keeps them chained up. The illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. 1, 2, 3. Those are all 3 things that if you engage in any one of them, they are going to make your life worse. So this is for today, but this is for life. So if you feel like you're trapped, you're never trapped. Close your eyes, listen to your higher self and your guidance. And if you're in a really difficult situation, excuse me, but if you're in a situation where you're in a domestic violence situation, for instance, let's just get serious for a moment, and you really know it's escalating and it's getting worse. He controls you with money and who you see, so you've been totally cut off from friends and family. You are totally broke, but you know you're not going to survive if you stay there. So you run off and you find a shelter, and the shelter sets you up with a charity, and you find your way forward. And the universe always will provide for you if you just trust and if you let yourself fall into its lap. They always say the world is such a terrible, unfriendly, unwelcoming place. But really, when you arrive in a new city and if you're in normal circumstances, you have the freedom to go anywhere and do as you please, and being put up and getting a meal and getting something to drink, those things for us in the Western world are all very, very easy, and we take that for granted. So don't let those comforts and those things which are conveniences become things that trap you. Also, don't place too much importance on these things. It's like when you dream of building a palace and then you build the palace and you're like, oh wow, hooray, I've got it. And then you get the electric bill. It's like, oh no, we should have built smaller. Getting caught up in fear and worry. If you're worried and fearful about something and you start talking to someone else and it's a transactional kind of conversation or it's anything, no one has to be psychic to pick up that the other person is worried and fearful, and that kind of energy rubs off on people. They also become nervous and agitated and worried. The King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted, a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. Okay, so we've got the tendency to listen to your feelings and to get caught up in your feelings and what's going on with you and with other people, especially if someone is in a difficult situation. You may have rescuer syndrome today. So you may feel like, if I don't intervene, this person is never going to make it by themselves. That's your ego trying to sabotage you today and keep you galloping off in the wrong direction by rescuing someone who doesn't even want to be rescued. Okay? On the other hand, relationships in themselves may be somewhat fraught, and there's room for misunderstanding because the ego sits right in the middle. And finally, the King of Summer says that you can still listen to your heart, and your heart is red, and the heart is blood, and it's passion, and it's fire, and it's summer. So listen to what your heart says, break free of all the drama with other people, and you be the romantic partner you can trust to yourself. You give yourself excellent advice that comes from your own heart, and you get involved in your own cultural or creative endeavor by exploring and saying, I found Glastonbury Tor. I'm going to create an art community here where I teach watercolors, and I'm going to build a house at the bottom of the Tor with a huge glass ceiling, and we're all going to sit here and paint the Tor, and I'm going to have people from all over the world come here, and I am this great artist, and I'm going to teach everyone how to paint this sacred, holy site because it needs to be painted, for example. But if you never go out and explore it, you would never be able to do that because you don't believe in yourself. The only thing that'll hold you back today is not believing in yourself and getting sucked up in material things and worries and drama with other people and a sense of feeling trapped. Break free from that by listening to your heart. And when you listen to your heart, you don't waste the whole day trying to either rescue someone who doesn't want to be rescued or talking someone off the ledge who really isn't interested in hearing anything, or helping someone who doesn't want your help. It's that kind of energy. And you know, when you're fearful and worried about someone, like for instance, if one of your, I don't know why I would know this, but I can just imagine. But imagine you've given birth to a child, and you've let this child grow up, and then that child goes away and leaves you for the first time. It must be such a, oh my goodness, like something has been taken from me. But yeah, and you get nervous about it. And before they go to university or whatever, they can feel your fear and worry, and that then makes them go quicker, and it makes them get out of the house even faster because the anticipation and the fear is what's uncomfortable. So if there is any anticipation, waiting around for something that you don't want to hear, then it's better not just to idle around and wait for the news to hit. It's best to realize that you've been given this day and you can achieve amazing things in one day. So please, no cynicism today. Don't be jaded. Go back to dreaming the dreams that you've always had and really embrace your true purpose. And you guys have heard me say, embrace yourself, embrace yourself, embrace yourself so many times recently that today is the same thing. So the fear is gone. Let's say your child does go off to university. The child is gone now. First of all, the child is super, super excited about what they're going to discover. And they're going off to study their purpose, and they're trusting themselves, and they're excited that's the ideal student. Most students are like, maybe. And for you, for instance, as the mother or the father who has time to focus on other things now, except this one person who's been your priority for the last 18, 20 years, you now have an opportunity to pick up some of your dreams and hopes and desires that you had to put on the back burner because you were taking care of other people, or you were involved in drama with other people, or you got railroaded into a nasty situation. You're able to break free of all of that today by really going within, asking yourself, okay, this has happened. I have got this on my medical records now, so that's not good, and the insurance and the job is the way it is. But despite all of that, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, what did I really want to do? Or when I was 5, who did I feel like I was? And what does that 5-year-old inside me right now say? And what does it want to be? And does it want to live in this country? Does it want to escape from it all? Or does it want to deal with it and face it head on? Or does it want to grow up? Or does it want to play? But you're able to get in touch with that inner child today, which is the fabulous thing. So we all get to be a fairy today, to get in touch with our inner child and to have fun. Look at that dog. I mean, if that little dog pointed the way to Glastonbury Tor for me, I would just gush with delight. I really would. So it's a day to liberate yourself and to do something wonderful, and you will get involved in something fabulous if you take action based on your desires, if you take action to deal with problems and negativity, and you're handling others and you feel like you're managing other people and other situations, then you're going to feel like, oh, I'm stuck. So be a little bit selfish today, I would suggest, because imagine you have a conflict that just goes on and on and on in your life. You can still deal with this tomorrow, but you have one day here where you get the opportunity to get a break and to run off for the day. So number-wise, we've got a court card that's 1. 0 is obviously nothing. 15 and 1 is 16, and another court card is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 is power. So all of this emotional potential turmoil, the power, boom, you put a line through that by saying, actually, hang on a minute, all you people who have plans for my life and all this money problems and all these issues that life is trying to con me with, because life is going to try and keep you busy with problems that you have to deal with all the time. And sometimes you have to say, enough, I will deal with it. But today I just need to break free. And if you choose to break free today and do something that you enjoy, rather than that is absolute, just isn't going anywhere and you're going around in circles, then you're going to get involved in something that has a long-term kind of positive effect on you. And if you try and sort out conflict with other people today, you're not going to get very far. So use your energy wisely and use that great power that you have to break out of this negative spiral and start your own spiral and go and dream and see something new and fabulous. I might go to Avesbury. I've been there before. Well, no, I'll go somewhere new. I'll go somewhere, I'll go discover something. I might go to a part of the woods I haven't been to. And final thing, I went to see a shaman and he talked to me about the dragon stone or the dragon egg on Glastonbury Tor. And I had to put a rune in there. And I didn't know where the dragon stone was. It was like a quest. It was like an adventure. And I walked around the Tor and then I climbed in the mud up to and eventually when I found the egg, the dragon stone, after like an hour, it was just such a wow. It was such a great, fun adventure. And obviously I went there for a reason. I had a rune. It was a spiritual thing. So I put the rune in there and I let something go. And that's the kind of thing you can really have fun with today and really use ritual to encourage yourself. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can order your reading with me there. I can answer any questions you may have. If you like this reading, then please hit the subscribe button and share the video online. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.